I am the owner of Haley Tricycles in Philadelphia. We build vending tricycles, cargo tricycles, some non-electric, a lot electric assist. A lot of our customers use the tricycles in particular because they can kind of meet people where they are and meet people in parks and farmers markets, kind of go places where a lot of other vehicles can't really reach. And there's also a lot of, because it's a human scaled machine, there is a lot more just kind of friendliness and socialness. It's a much more social vehicle. It draws people in a lot. It's also unusual, and that helps a lot with getting people's interest. They'll see this unusual, kind of old-fashioned, kind of steampunk-looking thing. We've built a lot of tricycles for libraries around the country. They'll use them as little pedal-powered bookmobiles to get into parks and events where a traditional bookmobile won't go, but then any librarian in the library will be able to load the tricycle up with books and blankets and folding stools and have a reading event in the park or visit an elementary school in their town.
I'm really proud to be a librarian, and I believe in the magic of libraries and what we bring to people, so I really wanted to show that off and in a fun way. You guys can choose any book that you want.
This custom-made book bike is a conversation starter and the creative way Ednita Kelly connects the community with the job she loves.
It has been remarkable to us how like freeing it is to just bike around everywhere and be able to just stop on a dime, not worrying about parking, put your bike right there, lock it up, go into a shop, right? Or, kid says, what is that tree right there? Stop, let's go see, right? You can't do that when you're driving around in the car everywhere. It insulates you from like the environment that you're in and puts you in a little bubble. And it's even worse for kids because, their POV on the world is like, if they're still rear facing, it's a headrest, right? That's what they look at the entire time they're in the car. Or if you put a little mirror up there, maybe they can see a little bit of like, around you, but you can't be like, hey, those clouds are really cool right now. Or look at that sunset. Or oh, do you see that person, like walking their dog? I've never seen a dog quite like that. Or man, they're wearing a really silly hat. Like you can't do any of that, right? It's this barrier that you have between yourself and your family and like the outside world. My mother-in-law's biggest fear in the whole world is, driving somewhere and not having parking. Like she would actively not go places because she didn't want to like get there and not have a place to park.
It tends to need three parking spots for each car for in an urban environment. And that means one at home, one at work, and usually one in a shopping mall. But there are places in the US where there's 11 parking spots per car. By the way, the US is about 800 cars per 1,000 citizens or residents. So we're talking about what's called a motorization rate of 0.8. The only other countries that come close are Australia and New Zealand, and everywhere else it's below 0.5. But one of the hidden costs of this is that the carbon impact, just of manufacturing the concrete necessary for so many roads, goes straight into the atmosphere.
The spread of concrete just used for parking spaces in the United States takes up more land area than the entire state of Massachusetts. Despite restrictive legislation, there is precedent for e-bikes to stick around.
In countries where scooters were banned, people bought scooters, people use scooters. They're illegal still now in China. You can't have scooters on the road in China. But most of the scooters in the world are made in China. Most of the scooter companies are Chinese. This is the paradox. So it's one of those things that will evolve over time rapidly. It'll define for itself its own market, and it will probably decide. One of the things will also change is like what people do with it. It's maybe not for commuting. It's maybe not even for shopping. It might be used for recreational only for a while, or it might be used by teenagers. And even though the people want to ban them from doing so, they'll use it, and then they'll use it together with their friends. So again, humanity is just going to find a way forward through this, and I'm not too worried about the things that are happening day to day as far as rejections or objections. Again, all that happened before with automobility, all that happened before with every other technology we introduced. The idea of micromobility is that it allows us to figure this out, because you'll never get there by car. It's not for everyone. It costs you not just in the physical vehicle, it costs you, like we talked about, in land, real estate, pollution, health, all these other factors. That is to say, you'll never get to that future with the car because it's too damn expensive.
E-bikes are here to stay. But to make a lasting impact, we need thorough legislation, widespread education, and community engagement to ensure they are the new right of way.